Hi, it's Amber again, Amber Horn. How do I identify myself? Clearly, I am a brown girl, and I identify myself as African American or Black American. I made a point to say Black American because many times being a Black person living in America, we find ourselves, or I have found myself attaching myself to a thought of being not from this country, but being stolen from the continent of Africa, or my ancestors, and having to come to the New World many centuries ago, and my ancestors most likely worked as enslaved human beings in the United States. However, after living in Ghana, West Africa for a year and traveling other places in the continent of Africa, I came back with a new ideology. I definitely know that my ancestors and the roots in which I come from is Africa many centuries ago. However, my culture, my language, my customs, even the food that I am accustomed to is American. And I learned that actually living in Africa, there's no such thing as Afrocentricism, if that's a word, even though I love my headscarf. There's not such a thing. I believe that African Americans or Black Americans or Americans that have African ancestry, we sometimes, or I have sometimes seemed lost or felt that I didn't belong here in America. And after leaving Africa or leaving Ghana after living there for a year, I really felt lost as a person of color, a woman of color. And then coming back to the United States, I was really clear that I am American, born and raised, roots, food, customs, language, music, everything about me is American. However, my ethnicity and my beautiful complexion and some culture that has been handed down from centuries, however, do come from the continent of Africa. After finding out on Ancestry.com that I am 88% West African, I am now more obliged to find out the journey of my ancestors in coming to the Americas. I just kind of discussed a few instances and the experiences that have impacted the reason why I consider myself Black American versus the common term of African American is because I'm American. And sadly enough, we live in a country that is enriched in racism and biases. And I learned something living overseas is that there's not much different between a white American and a Black American. When we come together, our customs, cultures, and languages, whether I'm brown and someone else is white, we have a bond in that, whether it's a sad history that brought us together, it is a history. And what I learned in Africa from a professor, that slavery and everything that happened because of slavery was a mixed blessing. And throughout my experience through the SLP program, I'm pretty sure that I will expose or explain why I still honestly believe that it is a mixed blessing. Very proud to be an American, very proud to be of ancestry of Africa, or have ancestors from the continent of Africa, and very proud of my skin color and my full lips and the journey that my ancestors have taken to get me to where I am today. Thank you.